Hello and welcome back once again in English video. I hope you all are doing well at home and must have started preparing for your exams. Okay, now in today's video we are going to take worksheet number 38, and in this worksheet we will do the revision of English language, and the chapter that I'm going to take, or the topic, is tenses. Right, tenses we have done revision we have done in previous video also, but I want to give you more revision about tenses. Okay, so that's why I have taken this chapter for revising in this worksheet also. Now this is your non-submission worksheet, and you will not submit this worksheet and you will ignore the submission date. All right, now let's start. As you all know that there are mainly three kinds of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. There are so many other forms of these tenses also, but in your term 1 we are just going to do only the simple tenses of all these three: simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. Now I am giving you the revision of these tenses in the form of you can say notes, and also one or two exercise. Okay, so first let's see some points to remember, which you need to remember whenever you are using these tenses in your sentences. First of all, let's see uses of the verb forms according to the tense used in a sentence. Okay, now there are three forms of verb: first form, second form, and third form. Verb 1, in the words we say verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. So all these three forms of verbs are used differently in different tenses. Okay, so if you want to learn how to write correct tense in a sentence, you need to know the use of these form of verbs. Okay, so as you are doing only the simple tense, so let's see where do we use these verb forms. Now in the simple tenses there are mainly two verb forms are used. That is, first is verb 1. Okay, you can say first form of the verb, and second is verb 2. Only these two forms of verbs are used in simple tenses. Okay, now mainly or majorly we use verb 1 in all the three simple tenses, in all the kinds of sentences. As you all know that there are three kinds or three forms of sentences of one tense, or in a tense there are three kinds of sentences. One is positive, second is negative, and third is interrogative. Okay, so in the all these three forms the verb form is changed. Okay, so let's see in short where do we use the verb 1 and in which sentences we use this form of verb. Now verb 1 is always used in simple present positive sentence, then simple present negative sentence, and simple present interrogative sentence. It means whenever you are using a verb means action word. Okay, whenever you are using a verb in a simple present tense, it should be always in verb 1 form. First form of the verb will be used in simple present positive, simple present negative, and simple present interrogative. The only thing to be remember here is that when you are writing a sentence in simple present positive form, you will use the verb with s or without s according to the subject. If you are using the subject in singular form in a sentence written in simple present positive, then it will be verb plus s. All right, for example, if I say if I take a subject she, it is a singular. She we use for singular person or singular girl. All right, or I can take a name also, like I say Mohan. All right, so Mohan, she, he, it, these are all subjects which I am using as a singular form. So when I am taking a singular subject in a sentence in a simple present positive form, then what will I do? I will use the verb one with s. It means she dances well, she sings well, Geeta writes neatly. All right, but in same sentences, if I change the subject from singular to plural, it means if I change she to they, so they is a plural subject. If I say she dances well, and I change this she to they dance well. Okay, so it means when I have changed the subject to she to they, then the verb form we will use will be in the first form only, but we will remove s from the verb. Is that clear? Now this was for only positive sentence. This rule you will use in only in simple present positive sentences, only and only. When we are using simple present negative sentence, you will always use verb first form. You will always use verb in first form. For example, she did not, she does not writes neatly. Okay, so here we are using does and not for negative, simple present negative sentence. What do we use? We use she does and not, and the verb we are using here will be she does not write neatly. And if I change the subject she to they in plural form, they do not write neatly. Again I have used the first form of the verb without any change. So can you see, if the subject is changing, when the subject is changing in negative present simple present negative sentence also, singular to plural, but what it is changing? Only do and does. The change is only of do and does according to the subject, but the verb form will remain in the first form without any change. Change means without any s. Okay, we will not add s to the verb. We do not want mangoes. Okay, does not want mangoes. Now want is in first form. Okay, in the both the sentences, the change what we have done is only of do and does not according to the subject. Singular subject does not, plural subject do not. All right, now next is your simple past negative. When we are doing the simple past, when we are writing sentences in past tense, simple past tense, for past positive sentence, verb form is changed. We will take it afterwards. Now let's see simple past negative. With simple past negative sentence also we use the verb in the first form. Now in simple past negative we use did not. Okay, and did we use for negative sentence also, and for interrogative sentence also in the simple past tense. What the change is that in simple past negative sentence we use did plus not, and in simple past interrogative sentence we use did before the subject. Okay, but the verb form will remain in the first form only in simple past negative sentence also, and in simple past interrogative sentence also. Got it? Next is verb 1 is also used in simple future positive sentence, negative sentence and interrogative sentence. It means when we are writing a sentence in simple future positive sentence or negative sentence or simple future interrogative sentence, the verb form will be same, and we do not need to take care of the subjects. If the subject is singular, then also verb 1 will be used. Singular, if the subject is plural, then also the verb 1 will be used in simple future tenses in positive, negative and interrogative. Is that clear? Now in all the these three tenses and all the forms or kinds of sentences which we do in these three tenses, one tense is left. One kind of, you can say, sentence is left. That is your simple past positive sentence. Only for this sentence, simple past positive sentence, we use verb second. Okay, it means whenever you are writing a sentence in simple past positive sentence, you will use verb second. What is the structure of simple past positive? It is subject plus verb to plus object. Okay, so verb to will be used only and only in simple past positive sentence. Is that clear? And in rest of the tenses and rest of the kinds of sentences, we will use the first form of the verb. Okay, now let's see use of do, does, did and will, shall in the sentence. Okay, I have told you this previously also, but still I am giving you this note so that you can revise it for your exams, and if you will read it again and again, you can recall it easily. Okay, now the first is does. Where do we use this does? We use this does in simple present negative sentence and interrogative sentence with singular subject. We use does in simple present negative and interrogative sentence. And when we are writing this sentence in simple present negative or interrogative, the subject should be singular. When the subject is singular in simple present negative or interrogative sentence, there we use does. The difference is, for negative we use does not, and interrogative does is used before the subject. Okay, next is do. Use of do. Do is used for simple present negative and interrogative sentence. The difference between do and does is that do is used with plural subject. When we are using a plural subject in a sentence, that is in simple present negative or interrogative, then we use do. For negative sentence, we use do not with plural subject, and for interrogative sentences, we use do plus subject. It means do comes before the subject in interrogative sentence in simple present interrogative sentence. Clear? Next is use of did. Now did is used in simple past negative and interrogative sentence. Alright? And the very simple thing about did is we do not need to take care of the subjects here. When we are using did, it is always used in simple past negative or interrogative sentence, and in both the cases, if the subject is singular or plural, we use did. Alright, if we are writing simple past negative, we will write did not, and if we are writing simple past interrogative sentence, we will write did before the subject, and subject can be singular and plural both. Alright, next is use of will. Now will is used for denoting a sentence in simple future tense, and it is used in positive sentence, negative sentence and interrogative sentence as well. Alright, here when we use will, we do not need to take care of singular or plural subjects. It is used with singular and plural subjects both. It means that when you are writing a simple future positive sentence, a negative sentence or interrogative sentence, you will use will with singular subject also and plural subject also. Only you have to take care of, in negative sentence you will write will not for future tense, and for interrogative sentence will come before the subject. And one thing I want to tell you again, remind you again actually, that always whenever you are writing an interrogative sentence, always put a question mark at the end of an interrogative sentence. Otherwise your sentence, or you can say that question, will not be marked as correct. Alright, and always use a full stop at the end of positive and negative sentences. Is that clear? Now next is use of shall. Shall is also used for simple future tense, or all right, for negative, positive and interrogative sentences, but it is always used with subject I and we. It means when we are having subjects like I and we can use shall. But there is not much difference between these two, will and shall, but just you have to take care of that shall you will use with I and we. But it does not mean that you cannot use will with I and we. You can use will with I and we, but if you want to use shall, you will use it with I and we. All right. Now children, the notes I have given to you, you will copy down these notes in your language notebooks as I have written here, and you that's because I want you to revise these things. These are small things which you need to keep in mind, right, when you are doing tenses. Then only you can do your tenses properly, and also you can practice more and more sentences with structures in rough notebook, so that you can get a good practice of these three simple tenses. All right, so now let's see the exercise. What is the exercise for us today? Now this is worksheet number 38. You will write like this. You can do one thing, that the theory or that notes which I have given you at the back side of this pages, at the end of this worksheet, you can write it first in your notebooks, then you can start doing your this question or exercise. All right, so you will write worksheet, date, day, revision, and you will write the topic tenses. Okay. Now identify the tenses and their form of each sentence. Now here there are certain sentences given in different kinds and different forms and in different tenses. So you have to identify the tense in the sentence, which tense has been used in the sentence, and also in which form the sentence has been given to you. Form means whether it is a positive sentence, negative sentence, or interrogative sentence. A tense means simple present, simple past, or simple future, and form means positive, negative, and interrogative. Clear? Now let's start. Now here, if in these questions I have set questions myself, so I have tried to first cover the simple present tense kind of questions, then past, and then future. All right, so let's start. Neela loves to dance. Now in this first sentence you can see that Neela is a girl. This is a singular subject. All right, so loves is your verb, and this verb is in first form with s. Why we have put s here? Because Neela is your singular subject. All right, now what I have told you, that where do we use the first form of the verb? In simple present tense positive sentence. Okay, because there is no not here, we haven't used not here in the sentence, that means definitely it is a positive sentence. And when the subject is in, when the verb is in first form, it means it is your simple present positive sentence. And the structure, I want to tell you that subject plus verb 1 plus object. To dance is your object is in the sentence. All right. Next is, my brother does not like mangoes. Now again, let's read the sentence again. My brother, this is your subject. My brother is your subject. Does not like mangoes. Now here we have got a word not. So with this word, we can identify that this sentence is definitely in negative sentence. This is a kind of negative sentence, but in which form? Now here it is, there is does. All right, so I have told you that does is used in simple present tense. All right, and if it is not here, that means this sentence is in simple present negative sentence. And does is used with singular subject here. So my brother is your singular subject, that's why we have used here does not. And this sentence is in simple present negative sentence. All right. Next is, does he write well? Now the sentence is, does he write well? Verb is in first form. All right. And we are using does here. So does, I have told you that does and verb 1 is used in simple present tense. And what kind of sentence it is? When does is written in the first place, or you can say before subject, and question mark is also there, that means it is an interrogative sentence. So this is your subject, sorry, this is your simple present interrogative sentence. Okay. Now next is, do children eat pasta? Now again there is a question mark, so it is your interrogative sentence again. Now here verb is in first form, the subject is in plural form, so that's why we are using do. And do and does we always use in simple present tenses. So it's do here and it's in interrogative sentence, that means it is your simple present interrogative sentence. Sorry. Okay. Next is, teacher teaches very well. Now teacher again is your singular subject, teaches is your verb, singular, sorry, verb in the first form, but s is used here. All right. And there is a full stop at the end. Full stop means either it is your positive sentence or it is your negative sentence. But for negative sentence there must be a not in the sentence, but we cannot see any not here. Is there any not here? No. It means it is your positive sentence. And it which tense? The verb is in the first form. All right. So it is your simple present positive sentence. Okay. I hope you all are getting what I'm trying to explain you, or how we are doing this exercise. Now, next is, grandfather walked fast. Now, this is a different kind of sentence, because how can I say this? Because the verb is written in a slightly different way. It is in ed form. So the base verb or the verb 1 is walk. Okay, walk is your first form of the verb, and when we add ed to a verb, it becomes its second form or in third form. So don't go to the third form of the verb, we will just stick to the till second form of the verb. So ed form of the verbs are basically known as second form of the verb. So I have told you that the ed form of the verb or the second form of the verb is only and only used with simple past positive sentence. Okay, so it means this, there is a full stop here, so it is definitely a positive or negative sentence. Is that clear? And for negative there must be a not in the sentence, which is absent. Not is absent from this sentence. It means this sentence is definitely a positive sentence. And the verb form is second form. Verb is in the second form, so we can say that this sentence is in simple past negative sentence. Okay. Next is, the dog did not find the bread. Now, the dog is your singular subject. Did not find the bread. Full stop. It means negative or positive sentence. Negative, for negative we will see not, so not is present in the sentence, that means it is a negative sentence. And did is used, I have explained you earlier also that did we use with the simple present, simple past, negative sentence and interrogative sentence. So did is written here, did not, so it means it is your simple past negative sentence. All right. Next sentence is the babies did not sleep well. Again here full stop, it means negative or positive sentence, and the presence of not says that this is your negative sentence, and did is used here, that means this is in your simple past negative sentence. So we will write that this sentence is simple past negative sentence. All right. Next is, did the watchman come here yesterday? Now at the end it is a question mark here. Can you see? So it says this question mark says or proves that this sentence is in your interrogative sentence. This sentence is your interrogative sentence, and it is did is used in the sentence, so it is your simple past interrogative sentence. Simple past interrogative sentence. All right. Next sentence is, did the buses leave on time? Now have you noticed one thing, that in the simple past tenses also we are using the first form of the verb. Okay, if you remember when I explained you the uses of did, do, does, you can see, or when I explained you the uses of verb in the different form of sentences, find, sleep, come, leave, these all sentences are in past tense, and the first form of the verb is used in all these sentences. Okay, so the 10th sentence is, did the buses leave on time? There is again a question mark, it means your interrogative sentence, and use of did proves that this sentence is in your simple past interrogative sentence. Simple past interrogative sentence. Okay. Next we come to sentence number 11. It says, she will draw my picture. Now will shows that this sentence is in your future tense. Full stop shows that this sentence is either in your negative tense form or in positive form. Okay, so for negative we will look for not in the sentence, and I cannot see any not here in the sentence, that means this sentence is in positive form, and will proves that this sentence is in future tense, simple future tense. So you will write that simple future tense, positive, simple future tense, positive sentence. All right, by mistake I have put full stop here. Next is, I shall go home. Now the tense verb, the verb form we have used here, go, is in first form. In the previous sentence also, sentence number 11, the verb draw was in first form. Okay, so it means that when we are using will or shall, we will use the first form of the verb in future tenses also. Now I shall go home, shall proves that this is your future tense. Okay, and full stop says that it may be in either your positive sentence or negative sentence. So for negative there must be not present in the sentence, which is absent. Not is absent in the sentence, that means it is a positive sentence. So you will write simple future positive sentence. Okay. Next is they will not do this again. Now again, in the first sentence I have kept the subject in singular, second plural subject is there, and in third sentence again the plural is the subject is in plural form. Now you can see that whenever we are using singular subject or plural subject, we are using will. Okay, and shall I have told you that you can use will with I and we also, but we can use shall with I and we. So if you will use shall or will with I and we, both are correct. Okay, they will not do this again. Again, full stop. It means either the sentence is in negative or in positive. For negative, we have to see that is there any not in the sentence. Yes, there is a not present here in the sentence. So this sentence is your simple future negative sentence. Okay. Next is he will not wash the clothes. He is again singular subject, will not. Not is again telling that the sentence is your negative sentence. Will is telling that the sentence is in future tense. So it will be your simple future negative sentence. Okay. Last sentence is will she like this book? Now question mark. Now again, when you see a question mark, it means that the sentence is your interrogative sentence, and which tense it is? There is a will in the sentence. So will shows the future tense. So you will write simple. This sentence is in simple future interrogative sentence. Is that clear? So I hope you have understood a little much more about the tenses. With the practice of this exercise, you have been understanding the topic much more better, and it is much more clear to you. Now you will revise these notes which I have given you here in the last at the end of this worksheet. You will note this down in your notebook also, and you will prepare these tenses with help of these notes. All right, and also if you want to practice your tenses, which is very important to learn the tenses quickly and easily, you need to practice your tenses along with their structures. Write the structure and put the words which are written in the structure at the places, and then you can make the sentences very easy in the particular tenses. Okay, so I want you all to prepare your exams properly, to prepare for your exams very properly and nicely. Don't neglect your exams. Just be serious because they are approaching very soon. And I want you to wish all the best for your term 1 exams. So, thank you.